And here we end day 662, yep, at Mavtech again, Radio Foxton. Just been here tonight for the Halloween film night, but I didn't watch any of the films. I was in here, I did two shows. I did a Halloween show with kind of more normal music, I guess you'd say, you know, rock, pop, you know, pop rock, whatever, you know, stuff. Some Ramones though, some cool stuff. Thin Lizzy, the Time Warp, things like that. I did that at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m, and I did the metal show and played a lot heavier stuff then at 8 p.m. But I'm kind of saying about this really to point out the fact we've got Amon's DJ CD player here, which he used during the metal show to play tracks for me, which was kind of cool. And what else have we got here? I used the voice changer here for my Halloween voice. I just had this kind of, it's fallen off a wee bit now, but it was wrapped around the mic there, so I could speak into both at the same time. And then this other mic just picks it up, and I get the blend over here on this old AWA outside broadcast amplifier. So that was pretty sweet. There's all my CDs and stuff I was using. Special Halloween CD collection there on that one. This is the old Nocturne Records 007 compilation, in which the first track is Beltane's Halloween song, which seems to get trotted out every year. And there's not much else really. That's it really. I played one track from this White Zombie picture disc that's down there. It's very hard to cue because the picture disc makes it hard to see the tracks, particularly when you've got an artist that likes to use kind of little filly kind of sound effects in between the tracks. But I'm just rendering down the metal show now, and after that, well, I'll upload it to the layout computer over here, and then we'll be going home, and it's the end of a huge day. Day 662 has been a big day. So how about that? Yep. Of course, I must point out now that I'm not totally into this whole Halloween thing here, especially in New Zealand. It doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, the day of Beltane is going to be November the 8th this year. That's the day of the high spring, the peak of fertility and growing and all that kind of sort of lighter season, positive energy kind of stuff. But here we are sort of doing some kind of celebration here, Day of the Dead kind of thing, which should really be around the time of Samhain, you know. It just doesn't make any sense. The energies are totally wrong, but it's probably a good thing in a way that it's so muggalicious that all the true energies have been sucked out of it, and it's just replaced with this sort of comic kind of commercial kind of thing that we of course play off here, you know, because that's what everyone's into. I mean, you try and explain the realness of people, and it's too complicated for them, too complicated to reverse seasons by 180 degrees and understand that days were defined originally in the northern hemisphere, where, you know, like Yule was in December, but Yule's not in December in New Zealand or anywhere in the southern hemisphere. It's in June, you know, things like that. Halfway between the autumn equinox and Yule, or the winter solstice, is of course at the end of October, start of November in the northern hemisphere. But here it's really at the start of May, end of April. This time we're having our high spring, you know. I can't understand why people find that so hard to get their heads around. I mean, it's because the mainstream religions, of course, just don't really go on seasons, do they? Because the whole point of mainstream religion is just to strip out the spiritual part of it and just, you know, have, well, you know, the earth magic and all that, and just have this arbitrary crap, you know, that people get sucked in by. And so no wonder when they brought those religions from the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere, they didn't bother swapping them around, because to do that would to have actually acknowledged the true roots of so many of these ceremonies that, say, for example, the Christian calendar is defined by. And they wouldn't want to do that. And this is starting to sound like a Varg Vikernes rant, which is kind of cool in a way, isn't it? It's not a bad thing, but I think I'll leave it here. You get the idea. I'm not even sure if I can play this on YouTube because there's a track running in the background. I'll just bleed it out with some Beltane. There we go. Day 662 off the grid. But the trip on the bus today was pretty much fun, and that was, a spring thing to do.